You guys had one job. I finally watched Star Wars. I'm recording this at the end of the video though, and I hadn't watched it as I was making the video. So, yeah, thanks to these guys for the suggestion. Load up Jedi Survivor. Start a new game. Welcome to handcuffs. You've been arrested. I don't know what you did between the last game and now, but it clearly wasn't legal. You are Carl. I won't be telling you anything else. There's a great place you can find out more though. It's called, my other video. So you've been captured for the heinous crime of knowing the Force, and these welcoming individuals are taking you to Senator Sejan, who intends to personally introduce you to the Emperor. Where are the Jedi hiding? Bro, the last game was called Fallen Order. My order has fallen. It's just me. Little does he know that this was all a clever ruse. BD1, your Wall-E knockoff sidekick, plants a little cheeky EMP on a ship and frees you from your handcuffs. You retrieve your lightsaber using the Force, and as a Jedi, having a lightsaber is like giving an armless MMA fighter his arms back. That was the dumbest comparison. He sets his goons on you that are highly trained in the art of manners, because they're polite enough to form an orderly queue and wait for their turn to attack you. When that doesn't work, because why would it, he attempts a tactical retreat, short-lived thanks to the EMP. It's nice to know you planned for all outcomes. So, what do we do when the ship starts to land on us? Oh, you didn't get that far in the old planning, did you? Although you stop yourself from becoming a skydiving statistic, the Senator's ship is slowly drifting away like the girl you like, leaving you wondering what you did wrong. I'm guessing you were too desperate. Or maybe you needed a shower. Or she preferred your best mate. There's millions of things it could be. I've heard, though, that most girls like guys who are subscribed, so do that. Please. You instead have to find another way to reach the ship through the city. On the way, a stormtrooper along with one of those guys who dropped you off here holds you at gunpoint, and the stormtrooper's about to shoot you until the other guy gently pushes him off the edge. I'm guessing this is someone from the last game. Is it Sia? What?
Who the fuck is that guy?
So, since the last game, it looks like you've made new friends. What, were we not good enough for you? This is Bode, and him being around bodes well for us. Sorry, I wanted to get that out the way early. It helps if I set your expectations low at the start, because then it can only get better. Anyway, let's go find that ship. On the way, you get a grappling hook, and as you're repairing it, Bode goes,
I have a daughter. Got it.
Yeah, I don't remember asking Bode. I care more about your eyelash routine. They're thicker than my ass hair. Moving on, together you find Bravo, another friend of yours, and another knife in my back. And he takes you to... Jesus, how many friends have you replaced us with?
Guess I have to do introductions now.
We have Liz, Coob, and Gabs. Happy? With the help of our replacements, you're able to get onto the ship and break in. I just realized I've not actually told you why we're doing this. It's for, military intel. Using your powers of manipulation, you convince Senator Sejan to unlock his computer and gain access to the intel that can be summed up in a few words. You're fucked. Basically, the enemy's numbers haven't diminished after the years you've spent fighting. And on that depressing note, let's get gone. As you're heading back to your ship, it suddenly explodes and you get surrounded. Whoever this is clearly doesn't fuck around, because they finished Senator Sejan almost as fast as I finished during sec. Oh god, I forgot she existed. Yeah, the ninth sister is still alive even after you sent her into a free fall off a tree, and she has come with a warrant for your arrest/death. I don't think she really cares. All her ships open fire, resulting in Liz, Coob, and Gabs carking it. You end up getting separated from Bode and Bravo, and the ninth sister comes to fight you one more time. Hey, ninth sister, guess why they call me the seventh sister?
What? Why?
'Cause 7, 8, 9. I had to get that joke in before she died. Side note, yes, she's actually dead. I'm still not sure why I disliked her so much. After that, you meet back up with my two other remaining friend replacements and head back to the ship in an attempt to tactically evacuate the f*** out of here. The enemy is in pursuit, so Bode is like, I'm gonna take some this way. Unfortunately, Bravo gets caught in a slight ship malfunction. The malfunction being he got shot and... I hate to be that guy that's like, you can't replace me. But thanks to Bravo's sacrifice, you managed to escape. But also thanks to Bravo's sacrifice, your ship is in worse condition than my YouTube channel. You decide to make a quick stop at a service station known as Kobo to visit an old friend who you've had to come crawling back to now that all your new friends are dead. Anyway, you land the ship like you're a pilot for Ryanair and go to the town where your friend is supposed to be. While you're there, you come across a confrontation between whatever the fuck this is and a guy running with the Bedlam Raiders, who are like space bandits. Their boss, who's like Star Wars Thanos, says that Frogface sold them a fake artifact, and that's not very nice. So he goes, kill him. As a pacifist that kills, you stop them and kill his mate, which scared him enough to be like, right, I better get going. Yeah, go cry to your mum, prick. As a reward, your frog face's new favorite person. That seems more like a punishment. After that, you go find your old friend. If you haven't already guessed who it is, it's Grease. You explain why you're here, and he gives you a room to rest your head. Ugh. The nightmares are supposed to end when you wake up. So after the last game, the gang split up and went their separate ways, with you continuing to stick it to the man being the Empire. Grease thinks you should take a break from that, by the way, but you have this Jedi Guardian of the Galaxy complex like you're the only thing preventing the Empire from becoming king of the universe. He knows he can't convince you, so opens a secret tunnel containing the parts you need to repair the ship, but BD, who's like if ADHD was an app on your phone, starts f***ing around. You both fall through the floor into what looks like an old ruin, and there's this robot grasping the real artifact Star Wars Thanos was looking for. If you remember from the other video, which if you haven't watched, what the fuck are you doing here? Touching stuff lets you see its past, and this ain't no different. It shows a Jedi handing the artifact to the robot. Apparently, it opens a forest array holding the key to Tanalorr. Forgive me if I sound uninformed, but what the fuck is even that? Anyway, the robot lives after all this time, so you untrap it and take it to Grease's pub where Bode is somehow alive. The robot then asks you to open the forest array, and you're like, I'll do it. Oh good, I'm glad you know what she meant when she said that. While you're off doing that, Grease and Bode go repair the ship, so it's nice and ready for you to crash again when you get back. The artifact opens a gate into the forest, and eventually you find it. It's covered in purple stuff, which infects you or swarms you, I don't know, but putting this ball into this laser thing negates the purple stuff, and using that you reach where the key to Tanalorr is supposed to be. That is in fact a person floating in a tube. You touch the tube to get the lore of why there is a person in a tube and see the Jedi from earlier, Santari Kree, with Dagan Gera, who's another Jedi, and they basically talk about building a temple here on Tanalorr to train little Jedi children, but end up getting attacked, and Dagan Gera breaks the fourth wall like he's Deadpool. Yeah, he's the guy in the tube, and well, he's a Jedi, and having another one of those on our side would be good, so let's get him out of there. He immediately turns to the dark side. A brief summary of why he's done that is that the Jedi Council told him to abandon Tanalorr and not fight back. That is quite the overreaction, if you ask me. Anyway, it's a shame he's missing an arm. He could have used a hand fighting you. Star Wars Thanos comes to pick him up like he just finished his first day at school. They're friends for some reason, despite Dagan Gera being a test tube Jedi for the last 100 years, and the array shoots a laser at the moon. Okay, in conclusion, this was a huge waste of time. You go back to find Grease fix the ship and convince him to rejoin the boys in the pursuit of Tanalorr. It's supposed to be a safe place from the Empire because it's on the other side of an abyss that eats ships like their Tesco meal deals. So you set sail for Jeddah because that's where Seer is. She set up camp with some weird hermits, and apparently she knows about ancient Jedi worlds. There's a slight problem in the form of a sandstorm though, so you must continue on foot to meet with the escort through a desert with creatures that invented the Floor is Lava game and stormtroopers. Luckily, the escort comes to help you out. Oh shit, it's the magical bitch. Yeah, she's here to take you to Seer. The stormtroopers destroyed her ship though, meaning we have to tame one of these things. It's like if a giraffe and a toe had a baby. Oh, okay. She can teleport, you know. She don't need to be doing that. Despite riding your magnificent, toe raft, the storm catches you and... tits. Someone's tweaking. You're forced to take shelter in this cave, or as I like to call it, the Tunnel of Love.
A warm fire is perfect, and the company is not so bad either.
Yeah, it isn't.
I missed you, Marin.
Yeah, you did. Finally, you find Seer's base. No way he's alive. If you're confused, see my previous video. I won't ask again. Him and Seer have been rebuilding the temple archives and helping to protect people on the Empire's wanted list since the last game. But more importantly, look at this. The gang is back together. It's a good job your other friends died. This just feels right. Cordova tells you that Dagan has two bases, one on Kobo and one on the moon, which may hold some information about what the fuck his problem is. You learn a few things on this adventure. Dagan was willing to kill some Jedis to get this fancy butt plug, and he went to traverse the abyss with Santara using the butt plug to guide him, I think. You give them to Cordova, who says he'll try and repair them. Meanwhile, there is an Imperial excavation team near the safe house for the Empire's most wanted, and Brother Armias, who's there, isn't responding. Not Brother Armias, oh no. Who's that? You and Dr. Strange go to check there's no funny business, and unlike this video, there's lots of funny business. The Empire brought this giant spider drill and is gonna bring the temple down with everyone inside. You look for Brother Armias, he's dead. Brother Armias is dead. Before he was crushed, he gave you some contact codes for Seer. Then Dr. Strange gives you a gold thing that lets you travel through these green force fields, and together you try to escape but end up getting cornered by the big spider drill, so she has to whip out the Doctor Strange portals, and personally I think this is a great time to just start getting off with each other. Guys, I was kidding. Save it. With the power of the Force and space magic and a little bit of smooching, you destroy the spider drill and return to Sear with the contact codes. Now, let's see if Cordova had any luck fixing those butt plugs. They're f***ed. Oh, god damn it. Luckily, while digging through the archives, he found the existence of other butt plugs. I don't really know why I've called it a butt plug. It's actually an abyss compass. It's back at Kobo, and upon arrival, you learn the space bandits nicked the robot and took it to a banged up battleship in the swamp, so the compass will have to wait. We have a hostage situation. You and Bode go to negotiate by killing anything that moves, and while you're sliding through some vents, you're sneak attacked by Star Wars Thanos, who takes the artifact, then gets greedy and tries to take your life too, but Beatty comes in clutch and drops a shipping container on him. A bit later, you overhear a conversation between him and Dagon, where he's basically like, the main character is kind of strong, and Dagon tells him to go to the moon, because that's where Santari hid the last compass. What a convenient time to be within earshot of these two. Eventually, you locate the hostage, but Dagon had the same idea and goes,
How arrogant that you would presume to know what drives me?
Mate, you just want a house on Tanalorr. You resume your earlier scuffle until Bode tags in and Dagon goes, I just remembered I forgot to walk my hamster, and dips, which, I mean, you didn't kill the bad guy, but you retrieved the hostage. Does that count as a success? So, we heard that Star Wars Thanos has gone to the moon, and we're about to plagiarize the fuck out of that plan. While you're making your way through the moon base, he's on the speaker going,
While I'm waiting for you to get up here, I'm gonna be watching this Northern Bob guy on YouTube. I've heard good things.
Load up Jedi Fallen Order. Start a new game.
Well, that's 25 minutes I'll never get back.
Partway up, you touch a table that shows Dagon trying to steal a compass from Santari, but she chops his arm off and sticks him in the tube. So, yeah, we're all caught up on the Dagon lore. You find Star Wars Thanos waiting for you, and he won't tell you where the compass is unless you fight him, so... Fuck, I forgot to ask him where the compass was. He activated the moon array, which opens Santari's observatory, which contains the compass, and Dagon is probably already there. He's probably already on Tanalorr wanking over the planet. Back to Kobo. On your way, you tell Doctor Strange you're worried that you're gonna end up like Dagon because you're obsessed with fighting the Empire like he's obsessed with Tanalorr, but like, don't worry about it, as Master Oogway once said. Noodles. Santari's observatory is at the top of a huge mountain on the other side of an Imperial base, housing a boss fight harder than promised consort Radan, Rick the Door Technician. Just looking at him puts you on the verge of death, but with your Jedi powers, you survive. There's a huge fight over Santari's observatory between Dagon and the Empire that sort of just makes it easier for you to climb up. Bode is waiting for you on the way up, and like a duo better than a knife and fork, you fight your way to the top of the tower to face your enemy. Dagon Gera, more like Dagon Smeller, am I right, guys? So for hopefully the final time you fight, and he fucks you up, can't lie, but through some hallucination, you disguise yourself as Santari and stab him in the chest. I'm not sure how that worked, but whatever. He's dead. The compass is yours. The compass is also in several pieces. You're like, hey, Cordova can probably fix it. And yeah, he's like, yes, I can fix this. So that's it, job done. The whole crew plus Bode have a tea party, and you tell Sid to pack his stuff. We're moving to Tanalorr. By the morning, Cordova has the compass up and running, but the Empire has somehow found where you are because the entire time Bode was working with them. Dun, dun, dun. Like, really, though, this knocked my socks off. He kills Cordova and runs away with the compass, so you chase after him. He's not even going to give the compass to the Empire. He just wants it for himself. Anyway, you're obviously going to fight now, but second plot twist, he's also Jedi as fuck and is quite clearly better at it than you are, so you eat the floor while he flies away. Back at the base, Sarah's fighting the Empire, and she goes to get those contact codes. I'm still not sure why they're so important, but while she's doing that, surprise, it's Darth Vader 1.0. His socks are dry and he means business. So they start fighting and Sear puts up a solid fight. It couldn't really get much worse after the last time. But Darth Vader hits her with the old 1-2 saber in your cooch. So she dies just as you get there. You go back to the ship to find Grease and Doctor Strange, then use a locator beacon to track Bode down to an Imperial base. Cause if you remember,
I have a daughter. Got it.
Not for much longer, you cunt. Right, so as you're trying to find Bode, you come across Commander Denvik, the mastermind who sent Bode to break your heart. I guess he's like me and hasn't watched Star Wars and says, I know what Jedi are capable of, you can't hurt me. You take his clothes as a disguise, hoping that no one will notice the commander has gone from a bald 50-year-old to a ginger 20-year-old, and find Bode's room. His daughter's in there waiting for him as he plans to take her to Tanalorr, where they will be safe from everything, including basic social interaction. So he throws a table at you and tells everyone you're here, and by this point, I think you've just had enough and embraced the darkness, which as a Jedi, I think is against the rules. Bode gets away, then Denvik tries to kill you, so you whip out the old Darth Vader special, because he's technically the reason all your friends are dead, but Doctor Strange talks you out of it. I don't know what makes him different to all the other schmucks we've killed up until now. Maybe it's because you're killing him out of anger and Jedis are all about peace and shit. Whatever. You go back to the ship to cry about not having a way into Tanalorr. There's another way into Tanalorr. Well, that would have been helpful to know like 12 hours ago. Basically, you have to turn on all the arrays and align them into the abyss. It creates like a tunnel that probably won't destroy your ship. Probably. Well, no time for hows or whys. You make it through to Tanalorr and Bode's daughter is waiting in the Jedi Temple. She takes you to him and safe to say he wasn't expecting you to be here. He's got a face like that Pikachu meme. That's quickly replaced by anger though, and you try to talk him down into surrendering. Even his daughter is like, Dad, fucking stop it. And he goes,
This is the only way to...
brother, you are the most dangerous thing in this room right now. Anyway, he won't surrender, so... with that, you have a funeral for him along with Seer and Cordova and go get to work. Things are probably going to be quite busy now that you have the compass and adopted a child.